Personally, when I see the Golf R, my wheelie goes like this. Doing. Right, fully forged stage 2 VRS Cupra 280. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. You got the Golf Rs and the S3s. The Cupras, they've never really been my cup of tea either, because I always thought it's a poor man's Golf R, poor man's S3, not quite as good looking as them. But again, it's all subjective. It is a handsome car. This particular model has got all the bells and whistles. So leather seats, I've never seen one with leather seats. 5-door DSG, hasn't got the pan roof. It's a 2014, so it is a pre-facelift. But you can see the front end still looks really nice. You've got some like holes in the front for extra vents. I bought this car cheap. I never really set out to buy a Cupra. I had a subscriber get in touch with me. He said, I've seen you on Calvin's channel. I've been subscribed to you for a while. I've got this Cupra for sale. And we came to a deal, you know, organised a date, then went to go test drive the car. It was pretty far away from my house. Started it up, something wasn't right. There was misfiring just at low RPMs. It would clear up slightly above 2000 RPM. We let the car warm up. He encouraged me, he said, look, come on, put your foot down. Put my foot down, bang! Didn't actually make a bang sound, but I looked in my rear view, smoke everywhere. And the misfires got worse. Opened the oil cap, smoke fucking shot out. I'm thinking, shit, the car's just blown up on the test drive. The guy was nearly in tears, and I felt so bad because he was a really nice guy. But then I decided to buy it anyway. Obviously not the price off. I'm going to tell you how much I paid for it. It is the UK's cheapest Cupra, especially being a 5-door DSG, HPI clear, you know, good condition overall, stage 2, 400 horsepower, and you've got the forged bits. So why did I buy a car that's blown up? Isn't that a bit stupid? Well, it had been forged in January. I bought it in June. I was like, there's no way the bottom end has failed. You know, there was no knocking. I looked, tried to just inspect it. It looked healthy, the engine. It was more, I was thinking top end. So luckily, it was the top end. There was 2 bent valves that I found out afterwards. I'm going to insert some clips and show you what my mechanic initially said. Sent it over for an inspection. He goes, Harris, the car's fucked, just sell it. You know, save your money, sell the car, get out while you can.
Good.
Yeah, that's right. So we're just doing the compression test to see if it's obviously holding pressure within the cylinders. Yeah, look, metal in there.
Cylinder number 4.
Number 4. And that's the one with the spark plug that was chewed up.
Can you look at the valve? I think it does the ring. Whoops. That's the ring.
That's the ring?
Yeah. It's fucked.
Yeah, turbo's fucked as well. Metal's gone through it. Because I could hear it sounded like it was whining a bit, the turbo.
Yeah.
I was literally ready to burn the car and tell my insurance company it got stolen. But luckily my dad talked me out of it, because I've got a 400 horsepower Cupra for not a lot of money. Definitely below market value. I'm going to go through how much I've spent on the car, you know, all the kind of bits I've had to buy. Obviously new head gasket, timing chain, spark plugs, complete kind of not a new head, but it's been skimmed, it's been ported, polished. We've got the new, what do you call them? The valve seals, all of that's been done, valve stem seals. So overall, it is a nice car. If I come and show you some of the bits inside, if my beautiful cameraman just follows me, then it's beeping because we've got the ignition on, I think. Let's give it a start. Let's start it up. If I show you inside, so show them the interior. You got the red lights there, but overall she's a happy bunny now. Full leather seats, never seen that in a Cupra before, and honestly she sounds good. It's got a full Miltech system. From the turbo back, also the car blew the turbo on the test drive, so I had to get a brand new IS38. Then I had to adjust the actuator because when I bought it and then fitted it, the EPC light kept coming on. Luckily, my mechanic, he put it all back together, no misfires. I've driven it hard. Obviously gave it time to bed in and, you know, just get the car warmed up, all ready for action. Tested it and it's been faultless. The DSG box is seamless. Now if we compare it to my S3, how does it compare to my S3? If I had to keep one of them, I'd keep this because it just drives so much nicer. The S3 feels like it's going to fall over in the bends. It's fast in a straight line up until about 100, and that's a 450 horsepower car, but this after 100, it's a lot quicker. Even before 100, you've got the LSD, you've got, you know, decent tyres on there as well, 19-inch rims. It just looks bad. It looks really bad. And when I say bad, I mean good. But yeah, I am kind of in love with this car, but I think we're going to have to take you for a little drive and show you why. If we should take you around to the back, I'll show you some extra little goodies. Obviously, the back of these is fat. They just look so fat from the rear. You've got the LEDs, obviously number plates, LEDs. For exhausts, usually they have the big oval tips, but someone has spent a lot of money on this car. The previous owner, I think he's about, 9 grand in. He did the forged engine builds. I had a look at the pistons and the rods. You know, this car can take some serious power, but I decided to go back to the standard turbo because I was a bit reserved. I wasn't sure if the bottom end failed, wasn't sure what could be wrong. Obviously I had a pretty short test drive with this as well, so there could have been other issues, but luckily it's all gone to plan and it drives faultlessly. So the car has quite a few extra goodies. It's got a big brake kit and it says Aston Martin on there. Now, I don't remember an Aston Martin having discs like that. They look more like Brembos to me. They are definitely strong brakes, but someone's just put Aston Martin on there. A lot of people back in the day used to put Porsche on their brakes, but this is a bit different. Suits the car really nicely. It just looks quite clean, looks quite naughty. But if we're talking about money-wise, what is this car going to set you back? Well, I'd say for a nice one, you're looking between 10 and 15. Obviously, this is a pre-facelift. They go up to about just under 20. So money-wise, they're similar to the Golf Rs and the S3s on the second-hand market. It's just when you pick them up new that the prices differ. Now, the price difference, where are they saving money on the Cupras? In my opinion, it's the interiors. The interiors are just not as nice. This one's got the leather seat, so it feels a bit more expensive, but you've got more plastic, you've got a slightly smaller screen, and I think the badge doesn't have as much of an allure to it. You know, Golf, a Volkswagen Golf just is a classless, imageless car, and it looks quite tidy. The S3 is obviously a bit more upmarket. This is better than your like Fords and Mazdas and all that. It feels like a German car inside, and considering it's an 11-year-old car, there's no creaks, there's no rattles. So I am impressed with Seat. Obviously it's the MQB platform. It's got the IS38 turbo. The best way to think about this is that it's a front-wheel drive Golf R. So why would you want one of these over a Golf GTI? Personally, I think the Golf GTIs are a bit pointless. It's got the IS20 turbo, open diff unless you get the performance pack. The interiors are okay, but this is, obviously you've got your LSD from factory, you've got the bigger turbo IS38 from factory, you've got 300 horsepower, whereas your GTIs have about between 230 and 245. Obviously they've got the Club Sports, I think, they've got the IS38, but they're silly money. These, they're cheap, they're cheerful, a lot of value for money. tuning potential, you know, sky's the limit. Stage 2, same as your Golf R's, is about 400 horsepower. Some people have pushed about 415, but the only problem with these cars is that the turbos are weak. But that's the same with the Golf R's and the S3s. They tend to blow turbos if you push them too hard. You know, if you don't look after the car as well, that's another thing to consider. Coolant tanks, they tend to go, water pumps fail. That's your standard MQB 2 litre TFSI problems. Or actually, this isn't TFSI, EA888 Gen 3. Your EA888 Gen 3, everyone knows the kind of common faults with them, so I'm not really going to go over that. But yeah, money wise, how much am I in this car? Okay, so initially I agreed to buy it for 6.5 grand or 6 grand, something like that. Then the engine blew, so I had to knock him down. I think I tried to push for like 3.5. No, I didn't. Tried to push for 5, but I ended up getting it for 4,450. So it's the UK's cheapest Cupra, but there was an engine failure, top end, fine. How much did I spend on it? I spent roughly 1,200 on it. So it's still the UK's cheapest Cupra 280, and it's a bad boy car. Last night I took it out, cruising with M3s, stage 2 plus 540i, that's what, 500 horsepower. Evo 500 horsepower. I didn't really push too crazy like I usually would, just because, you know, the car's just been built. But I've obviously been full throttle on it, and it's faultless. It does have the pre-revision PCV valve though. So what does that mean? It means when you are going fast and then you put your foot on the brake, the oil tips forward in the engine, gets sucked into the intake, the engine burns that oil, and it comes out as a plume of smoke. It's very well documented that on these Cupras, if you let off, you know, you're going fast and you let off the throttle, you press the brake, you're going to see smoke everywhere. And I saw that, I thought I blew up the engine. I was like, oh shit, I've just built this engine and now it's blown up again. But luckily, did some research, had a look, the car was fine, it didn't use any oil, didn't use any coolant, kept going for like another 2 hours, you know, driving it fast, and it was fine. The car's wicked. And yeah, if anyone wants to buy one, I'd highly recommend it. Look past the badge, forget about your Golf R's and S3s, they're sick from a dig. They are brilliant cars, I'm not knocking them, I'm not knocking this either, but I've never really rated the Cupras, so I had to buy one to find out what they're like. I'm not the person that would say, oh, a car's shit, I'm never going to buy it, I don't give a fuck, blah blah blah. No, I'll try the car and I'll tell you what I think about it. I've tried this, I've looked past the badge, I've looked past the image, and it gets a 10 out of 10 from me. We're going to go for a drive, show you around, and explain on the road why this car is so good.